That way you don't have to be in a big hurry to get water on them right away after you plant them. We've made a special blend of amendments just specifically for peppers. Just sprinkle it along here.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. This time we got a video for you on how to transplant your peppers. We're going to go over the ideal location to plant your peppers, soil prep, soil amendments you might need, along with a custom fertilizer or amendment mix. That's all organic, of course. Supporting your peppers, watering them before transplanting, planting methods. Also, we're going to talk about watering them and afterwards, harvesting them, and preservation of your peppers when you harvest them, how to put them up. So I think that's about it, and let's get to it. So the first thing is location.
Okay, the location for peppers, you want a full sun. You don't want to have something shading them part of the day. You want full on sun. They need a lot of heat, and that's another reason why you don't need to be in a big hurry to get them put out in the ground too early in the season, because they just sit there and don't do anything. They need heat to really start growing good. Okay, we're going to get ready to prep this bed for planting peppers. We've made a special blend of amendments just specifically for peppers. Peppers are a fruit-bearing crop. It's going to be a little higher in potassium and phosphorus than nitrogen. So, but we're going to spread that on here, and then we'll use a tilther and tilt it in. And I'd already put a little bit down, then I remembered, oh, I better show it on the video. I'm just going to finish putting it on.
So we'll show what's in this mix on the screen. You should be able to see that about now, but here's a kind of a close-up view of what that mix looks like.
There's 3 drip lines running through here, and I'll just kind of go down where the drip lines are going to be. And it's a little breezy today, so some of the stuff is blowing away, unfortunately. But that's what we got to work with today. Just sprinkle it along here. A lot of this is just minerals, rock dust and things like that, so it might seem like a lot of stuff, but it's not expensive to buy, being that it's just ground up rocks. Okay, got a little bit more to put on, a little bit left in the bucket. There we go. There. All right. Then we're going to use this little handy tilther. And it's just made to go about 1.5 inches, 2 inches deep. You can see it's just little tiny short tines on it. Keeps from going so deep and wrecking all your soil.
Where do you get this tilther from?
This one came from Never Sink Farms, and they've upgraded, changed it since this one came out. Now they've got a plastic housing here instead of stainless steel. It makes it lighter weight. I'm not sure about durability, but
and it's just powered by a drill.
Yeah, just with the,
you can see that,
18-volt drill.
Or any voltage kind of, you can use any kind of a drill you can put in there.
Yeah, if any drill fits.
And it uses a cable system to run
like
the throttle.
Little throttle control here.
Mm-hmm.
It works really nice. This is just a carrying handle for carrying it from one bed to the next in the garden.
Uh-huh.
And it has a pivoting deal here, so you can pivot the handle one way or the other.
Oh, so you can stand.
Yeah, you can walk in the aisle in the pathway.
Yeah, show that again, could you?
So just like this.
So you can stand offset.
Yeah.
From where you're.
And just tighten it up.
Yep. Very nice.
And the battery lasts pretty good. It goes, you can do a lot of tilting with this thing.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's very easy. Makes a nice seed bed.
Doesn't go too deep.
Yeah, it didn't go too deep. No, I gotta just make one pass down the middle because it didn't, not quite wide enough to do the whole thing in one pass, 2 passes. There we go. I guess we need to put these drip lines back and get them ready because they need to go back before we put the trellis up. And this is just the drip tape, 15 mil drip tape, 8-inch spacing for the emitters, and buy it in like a 4,000 foot roll, and it's really inexpensive.
We might end up selling that in our online store.
Possibly, yeah.
If we can source it cheap enough where there's a big enough margin.
Yeah.
Where it makes up for the shipping and leaves a little bit extra.
There we go. And then we'll staple those down with the staples so the wind doesn't blow them around. Here's staples. They're just regular landscape fabric staples. You can buy them by 1,000 in a box or whatever. And don't push them down tight like that, because then the tubing has to expand and contract with the sun when it comes out. And so then it all buckles up and looks funny. So if you just leave it loose so the thing can wiggle and slide back and forth, it keeps it looking nicer. So let's see, I need to go down the other end and straighten that one out. It's a little crooked. There we go. That should do it. I'll just go ahead and yep, poke this up underneath the mulch. That's around the asparagus. Yeah, we've been eating it, so we're done. It's done for this year.
There's still a few good ones down here.
Yeah, there's a few, but they're
not very many.
It's only their second year, and it shouldn't be harvesting very much of it. It sets the plants back too much. Now the soil's prepped and it's ready for planting, and we're ready to do the hoops, and we're going to show that in another video. It's kind of a horizontal trellis system, just for the peppers, so the peppers just grow up so tall and then they fall over with a little bit of wind and then they're a mess. And so I've made a 2-layer horizontal netting that they can grow up through, and then the wind can't blow them over. So that's what we're going to try to do and see how it works. It's a new idea, something I've come up while I'm laying in bed at night, so we'll see what happens.
So you'll see that in another video. You might see a link for that on your screen now. You can watch the video on how to make the horizontal trellis system.
The next thing is watering the plants before you plant them. So we just want the roots nice and good and wet, really soaked. So I just put it in the 10-20 tray, just fill it with a bunch of water and let them sit in there for a minute. And that'll get them all really nice and wet. That way you don't have to be in a big hurry to get water on them right away after you plant them. They'll have plenty of moisture in their root ball there to hold them for a while. These are a lot of different varieties of peppers, and so I'll have to kind of sort through and try to keep them kind of corral the varieties so we're not having them all totally mixed up. Makes it harder to harvest them because you don't know what's what and what hot peppers, sweet peppers, or whatever. So I'll try to get them organized in here and keep the sweet ones with the sweet and the hot ones with the hot. So pretty much like we do a lot of things around here, we got some VAM, the mycorrhizal powder, that we'll be putting on the root ball, so it gets them off to a good start. So we just dig a little hole there right next to the drip line, pull out this, plant, and sprinkle a little of this powder on the root ball. Being that it's wet, nice and wet, it sticks to it, it doesn't want to fall off, which is nice. So you just plop it in there like so, and that's all there is to putting peppers in the ground. There's emitters every 8 inches. We'll do a little experimenting here and just see. I'll do some 8 inches apart and some wider and just see production. You always got to try things out, and so you know what's the best way to do things. So next emitter's right here. And And it doesn't hurt to plant them just a little deeper than what they were in their little pony packs. They're fine that way. So there's next emitters. That way when you turn the drip lines on there, you got water right where it belongs, right at the base of the plant. And then I'll probably do some at 16 inches, every other emitter, to see how the production is on that. So we're always experimenting, trying new things.
So you're alternating them, different size of the drip tape, just to give as much root space as possible.
Yeah.
Which is something that you kind of try to do. Not gonna make a big difference in this case, but
No. And then I put the label facing the variety of peppers that we've planted, so they know we don't have labels for every single pepper plant. So this will take care of that whole row and label it for us. So that's how we plant the peppers.
the next thing to talk about is watering them in after you're planting.
So you just turn that valve there, and you see it start to ooze out of the emitter right there, and it's dripping.
How long are you going to run them, or any
I'll probably let that
details?
run for 3 or 4 hours because that soil is pretty dry.
Yeah, you can see it dripping under here.
You can kind of just see how big the area is. It's wet, when it's a solid row of wetness along that drip line, then we'll know we've got everything well watered.
Oh yeah, that's a good tip.
So
You see it's darkened soil continuously along the drip line?
yeah.
Okay,
So
so that's how to water it after planting. Next thing is harvesting.
harvesting every pepper is a little different. Some are ripe when they're and sweetest, or most hot when they're red or orange or yellow or whatever. So you just have to know your peppers and know when it's fully ripe, and then just pick them. And then at the end of the year, when everything's getting ready to be harvested before the frost comes, we just go through and clean everything off. We wash them and put them through a food processor, just slice them up into bigger chunks, and then we put them in Ziploc bags and freeze them. And then we can use them for cooking all through the year. And of course, you might want to keep some whole, so you can use the filled peppers. So different recipes need whole peppers. Or if you want to pickle them, you want to pick them whole, that's fine too.
Yeah, we've done some pickling.
A lot of different ways to take care of peppers and utilize them.
Yeah, so these little beauties will be loaded with peppers, Lord willing. And we're gonna have some tasty hot peppers and some tasty mild peppers, and
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Sweet peppers.
so it'll be fun to see how that support system works out.
Yeah. Be
So
very interesting.
We'll post you guys updates on that. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that tutorial on how to plant peppers, how to support them, how to amend your soil for them, and all that. If you liked it, leave a comment down in the comment section below. Please give us a thumbs up. Also, remember to subscribe. It really helps our channel to grow and helps us to fund our efforts here. We also have a Patreon account in case you just want to make a one-off donation, or if you're just feeling generous, we'd appreciate that. Lord willing, pretty soon we'll have our online store up and running. You can buy soil amendments and seeds and different things there. And as always, remember, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life.